to hear someone exceptional. Okay. So I believe you have gone through the JD, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's say networking, routing switching, Willow Cloud, Cisco Checkpoint, SD-WAN,
Yeah.
VPN. So if you want to rate to all this from the scale of 1 to 5, how would you rate yourself?
If I rate myself, because I've been working technically for a long time and I have a great understanding, especially I've worked with multi vendors, be it HP, Cisco, Palo Alto, Juniper, you name it, any. But the checkpoint here I'm missing. I haven't worked any of the devices, so I can't say on checkpoint. But most of them I've worked on. So if you work with technical devices, you find something similar. The basic thing is similar every devices you find,
Yes.
be it the GUI or CLI or the programming support that the devices that support, or the shell or scripting or Linux based or Unix based. So I would say I am good in technical, and I can easily manage if you give me a similar device with a similar operating system. So I can find out and can deal with the device. So I could rate myself technically very strong, and yeah, that's
Great.
what I say.
Okay. Fine, fine. On this, we'll start off with some very basic questions.
Yeah, sure.
That would be very basic for you.
Okay.
Okay. Can you tell me what is basically a management information base?
A management information base is basically the device, it's a number where we use for the monitoring system, especially. I remember when I was working with Cisco Works, when we install or add any device, I was working with ING. They were giving me a support, remote support to manage their devices. So I configured a lot of devices, especially core devices, in the LMS, in the Cisco LMS and Cisco Works, they call it. So therein you have this number for MIB. You have to add it, and then you can get fetch all the information related to the device. I hope I
Okay.
can get the good understanding of this.
Understanding. Okay. Okay. Uh, what is basically external data representation?
External data representation.
Yeah.
If you give me similar to the from the database side, or I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's something to do with external data the method of encoding data with RPC message.
RPC. Okay. So yeah, if it's on the SAN storage side, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If you built on the storage or cluster, I think that's something there. I haven't worked with this, so
Okay,
to be
okay,
honest,
okay.
yeah.
No problem. Okay. Yeah, basically, what are the characteristics of store and forward switches?
Store and forward switches.
Yeah,
I mean, learning and forwarding.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a type of information that the switch learn, especially about the root or the device that is connected to it, and if try to improve it to get the better. Which MAC address or which root is better for the switch in order to understand from the switching point of view.
Okay, okay. There's a terminology gateway to gateway protocol. What is it basically?
Gateway to the gateway protocol.
Yeah.
Sorry. You mean the payment gateway system?
Yeah, any normal gateway to gateway protocol.
Gateway to gateway protocol. If you talk about in the site-to-site VPN, like one gateway to another gateway.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a gateway to gateway means wherein we have to establish a connection from one gateway to another gateway and have a secure connection in it. That's similar to the gateway protocol.
Okay. Okay. What is basically traffic shaping?
Okay, like a packet analyzing in the packet when we analyze the traffic or a packet, then where we have to packet shape, especially in there was one tool I remember I worked with long time back. Packet analyzer, no. Yeah, I'm thinking similar to the packet inspection, right? Packet shaping, packet analyzing.
Kind of, to reduce the congestion,
Mm-hmm.
uh, to shape it.
To shape it.
So, let's say one of the main causes of congestion is traffic is often busy. So, if host could be made to transmit at a uniform rate, congestion would be less common.
When there is a packet loss, too many CRCs.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the packet shaping, when you need to clear the counters and to analyze the packets, how it is traveling, if there is any congestion in the network. And you need to remove especially from the gateway size, you need to clear the counters to see the packets are processing in a smooth and proper way.
Okay. What is MAU?
MEU.
MAU.
MPU.
No, MA. A is in alpha. MAU.
MAU. Too many abbreviations. MAU.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I've been working for long like this for the past 2 years from the management side. So a lot of technical stuff and the abbreviations I'm missing.
Okay. Okay. So there is a rule called 543
543.
in networks.
For the best route to get the
Let's say five with network segment 4 digital.
I'm sorry, your voice is kind of cutting.
You're able to hear me?
Yeah, now it's better.
Okay. So it's something to do with the Ethernet neutral between any 2 points on the network. There can be no more than 5 network segments or 4 repeaters. And of those 5 segments, only 3 of the segment can be populated. So that's the 553 rule.
I'm sorry. No, I'm not. No idea on this.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. We'll move on to the.
Actually, I work if it's on the ISP side, right? More on the ISP side, right? So never get a chance to work on the ISP side. However, for the LAN inside, like OSP, FEI, GRP protocols, even BGP, I work on it.
Okay. How about Nexus and
yeah, Nexus 7K and 5K, yeah, right.
Okay. Okay. So Cisco Nexus you would be familiar with.
Right. Like for sometime.
Yeah. So can you tell me what are basically a fabric path in Cisco Nexus?
Actually, I missed a lot of things. Fabric path, you mean the connectivity through fiber from the switch to
yes.
from master to the slave.
It's Cisco property switching protocol that in some way replaces STP and VPC.
Excuse me. Okay, for the election to become.
Fabric path basically combines the layer 2 and layer 3.
Yeah, layer 2 and layer 3 connectivity.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay. What are basically orphan ports?
Orphan move.
Orphon ports.
Orphan ports. Orphan ports are ports that are by default enabled or open. You need to make it aligned to the family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what is it? Yeah, good.
Yeah. Mm. No, actually, that's there are. I mean, uh, Orphon Ports. It's been a long time. I haven't worked on the switches, but I have understanding. I can find out. I can
Okay.
search and understand for it. Yeah.
Okay. What about Cisco Nexus port profile? What is Cisco Nexus port profile?
Cisco Nexus port profile.
Yeah.
Actually Nexus, especially Nexus, I work only for the failover part, like VPC to failover. But inside configuration and this deep technical words with the Cisco with the Nexus, I may not understand. But once I get to the like PDF and the model for this, I can understand. I can explain to you. So
Okay. 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 So, what series of Nexus switches have you worked on?
there are 7,000 and
7,000.
5,000.
Any peculiarity of the 7,000 or the characteristics of 7,000?
7945 and 55 hundred series and 7900 series.
Okay. Like, what do they support? Like, how many VDCs they support? How many, SUP they have?
The soup you can install, I think, three supervisor engines. There were
Okay.
three redundant supervisor engines you can support on it, and yeah, for 7K.
Okay. 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 There is a terminology for backbone fast.
Backbone fast in the Nexus environment, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Backbone fast, basically like the VSL in Catalyst 6500 series, right? Wherein it make a consolidated path to speed up the traffic in case of failures.
Uh, it's something like network in a network backbone or even core layer, a totally different method would be used to shorten the STP conversion.
Yeah, used to shorten the STP convergence, right? Yes,
Yeah.
the way I can.
Okay. 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 What about SD-WAN? SD-WAN you have worked, right?
No,
You're not familiar with the SD-WAN.
sort of like I haven't worked specifically on the technology SD-WAN.
Okay. How about cloud concepts?
Okay, there was no cloud concept as well because we have in-house data center, so there was
Oh, okay. Okay.
no clouding. Yeah, no hosting.
No.
Only
Hosting.
just the website also was hosted. Only the public IPs we were getting from the ISP side.
Okay.
So only
Okay.
interaction with the ISP.
Okay. And how about routing and switching? I think that you should be familiar.
Yeah, the only routing is the only the ISP provided the BGP configuration we configure on the edge router, and we connected, and for MPLS as well, they provide the wireless branch office routers, and that's how we connected from layer 2 and layer 3 connectivity.
Okay. So how, let's say, in routing and switching, different terminologies actually. Okay. What What is multicast routing?
Multicast means it's like sending to many branches or many sites to the traffic.
Okay, the traffic.
Yeah.
Okay, and what is packet filtering?
Packet filtering is an inspection, like which all to be allowed and which all not to be allowed, like a filter, what to be passed and what not to be passed.
Okay, so there are different address ranging classes of internet address.
Right.
What would be those?
There are actually five, if I'm correct. So one is for A and B and C and D and E as well. But we mainly use A, B, and C.
What is the range?
A is class A is a 10, and starting with 10, and class B is starting from 172.16, and class C is class A and B 10, 172, and right. 10, 170, 192. Right, is a class range of class C.
Okay. What is the minimum and maximum length of a header in TCP segment and IP datagram?
Minimum and maximum what? Header? Could you repeat the question, please?
Yeah, sure. What is the minimum and maximum length of the header in the TCP segment and IP datagram?
IP datagram. 254.
No, minimum length would be 8 bytes actually. So 20 bytes and something of that maximum 60 bytes.
20 bytes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So in networks, what is the redirector?
Redirector in networkers.
Yeah, like it's in terms of network request. Is it the software or?
It's a redirector is a software, yeah. It's a software that can redirect.
Okay. How does it do the process? How does it redirect?
I think it's similar to the clustering environment, where you build a cluster, and the redirector is also similar to that. You need to build up what would be your rule to redirect. So it's a kind of configuration need to be done that to redirect the traffic, and if it's smart enough to understand, and it will take the best possible redirected route.
Okay. What is the protocol number for UDP?
UDP. Oh, we can get all this in UDP. I think it's UDP 22. 21. Sorry, yeah. 1 second. 21. No. I don't. Sorry.
It's 17 actually.
17.
Yeah.
You are more on the technical part. You work with the pure technical people.
Yeah. More of.
Okay, so to be honest with you, let me give you a feel. Like I work with Middle East environment where we work especially on the system configuration. We don't talk. To be honest, we don't talk much about protocols and what's the port number and what's their abbreviation, and with their terminology that you are actually assessing me on it. So for me to recall it is like a little difficult because there are similar concept in my mind and the similar abbreviations and the port number in my head. So I may not giving you the right, but I understand that you working with pure technical with these terms in day-to-day life, and you have back in your head, and you are.
Yeah, we have got a list of questions. So
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
so
because I never. This is my first time appearing for an Indian market job.
okay,
So I can understand you have a different set of assessment, a level of assessment to start with, and I may not be giving you on the right answers, but if you give me a chance and give me on that side a little slight leniency, I would say, or up to your level.
yeah, I mean this is the only very basic question I may be asking.
Yeah.
But okay, then.
Yeah, this is what I feel. That's why I said on here to.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But we have to judge you like.
Because I remember I work with convergence. We have every activity. We have the paper to roll out. What's your activity? What's your have anything? But from the past 12 years, I'm out of that environment and to the new environment where you have to do your job. Nobody will ask what protocol you use or what you have done, but you have to do your job. Sort of environment. Yeah, right.
Okay. So.
But I will pick up easily, and if I start with, because I really wanted to work in Indian market, job market. I don't want to go now outside to India.
Outside. Okay. So this would be your first job applying over in India?
Yeah. This is my first interview actually after being back from Saudi Arabia. I'm now at the moment also I'm working with them. They wanted me to come back, but due to some reasons I don't want to go. I want to stay here.
Okay. So I then just move on to your what all troubleshooting skills or what all troubleshooting activities you carry out. If you can just share me those so that maybe we can work out. I mean, I can ask for that.
Okay, my troubleshooting understanding and the way of working is to follow the OSI layers, the 7 OSI layers to start with my layer 1 physical application, all these layers to start with physical understanding on the physical layer. Is there any issue with the cabling or power? Then work on switching. Is there any issue, basic port security issues or switch configuration issue with simple access configuration or any access access layer is there on the switching or anything related to the switching side, and then work on the network side, any routing issues, any convergence issue or any OSPF routing missing, route missing, to start onto the application like a firewall. On the firewall comes into the firewall. Because I work on all the devices, I was the only one who had access on all the devices access, even for the servers. I work with the firewalls like Blue Court, Palo Alto, so I need to pick up all the port numbers, but especially the remembering of the numbers is not the thing I follow. That's why I could not give you the right answer, but that's my way of troubleshooting. Yeah.
Okay. So in your environment, if I may ask, let's say suppose a user or maybe one of the client comes to you
Right.
and tell you that I'm not able to access a particular application which is very critical to the company.
Okay.
Now there can be various reasons due to that. Maybe the port is blocked, maybe the web page is down. So, while troubleshooting from a network perspective, what all steps you follow?
Okay, if someone comes up to me and asks the certain port is not accessible, I will take his system access, like what's his IP address, source and destination, and what is the destination IP address which he is trying to access, and then I will try to telnet that port from his system first. And then if it's this range have access or no, and then try to access from different range to see the server has issue with another range as well, and then move forward with the server side to see the ports are enabled actually on it or no, or similar ports can be accessible like simple port 8080. So I'll try to troubleshoot in this way.
Okay, okay, okay. And if at all you troubleshoot and you're not able to find that particular reason, what is the last resort you will?
If I tried everything possible, I interact with the network team, anything from their side could be possible, like if they change anything recently, because if I will ask a couple of questions like from the troubleshooting point of view, was it last working, when was last drop, when was last time you could not access, is it the first time installation, trying to understand the environment first, was it actually a new setup or it was existing and somehow dropping out. Then in the end, if I could not, then I will approach my seniors to explain everything in my documentation, that this is what I did and what is your point of view on this, that I did all these steps. So I'll look and help from my senior team, right?
Okay, okay. So, okay, so also if I just see your resume, you have completed CCIE, right? Security.
No, actually, this is not completed. This is only for the written exam.
Okay, okay. So the written exam of CCIE you have completed.
Yeah.
But the practical is remaining.
Yeah, the lab is not missing, yeah.
Okay, okay. So in so in CCIE you must have gone through very complicated questions where multiple different routes, different scenarios where you must have given 4 routers, 3 routers, having all different configuration, and then you have to communicate and interlink each router.
Right.
So if you can just, you have a chat box, right?
Yeah.
You can just if you're given a scenario for 4 different routers and you want to communicate with each other, what is the simplest way and the efficient way to communicate?
The simple way I would, because I use mainly AIGRP, so I will use this protocol, AIGRP. That's the routing protocol that I used before. RIP also I will try. So I will connect physically to these 3 routers, 4 routers, and enable EIGRP and select the ranges for different network. And let's see, EIGRP, the Cisco proprietary. So that's Cisco recommended. So I'll try to use it, and even though there was some issues with the EIGRP when I was working with ING, but this is recommended from Cisco, so I will try to use this routing protocol to connect the connectivity between the 4 routers.
Okay. So have you yourself done the data center migration?
No, it was a team. There was a team. We were in a team. So yeah.
So what were the challenges you faced while migration?
The migration major challenges was the bandwidth, because the link between the 2 routers, the core routers, we can say core switches, 65, we have the connectivity with the routers initially, because the router was 1G and the amount of data was heavy, so we could not able to transfer or replicate the data to the new data center. And so what we come up to the point where we have to go on 10G connectivity. So we connected the 65K series router switches to the another 65K, and then that's how we could able to replicate the data. And that is still, the data was huge, because I work for a defense hospital. So a hospital has the images, too many images for the patients, and they're recording as well as the whole patient operations recording in there. So it was in terabytes and petabytes. So they really wanted to get the copy of it to the new DR center. So that was one of the great challenges we face,
Okay. How about
especially from the
VPN?
sorry.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah. You're saying something?
Yeah, I was saying that was that from the network point of view, like how other related challenges were there, but this was from the network point.
Okay. And how about your exposure in telecom and VPN?
Telecom and VPN.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the telecom, I worked with the AT&T and BT, so I have understanding of their setup because I work with their fiber team and their DSLAM team. Sometimes small issues like the line is not getting sync to the customer premises router. That's the thing, and I have understanding, not configuration or technical terms. I can understand, but do the big configuration side, no, maybe I can't. And for the remote, yeah, because there was a team of in Amsterdam and in Belgium, they were trying to access our data center more frequent because they have their application in our data center, their server, and they are trying to access, so I give them access. We have site-to-site VPN as well as the RSA token that they can access. The Juniper, yeah, SA 2500 series.
Okay. So in Cisco VPN,
Yeah.
sometimes there are issues facing by the client where they say that they are not able to connect to the using the RSA token. What could be the possible reasons?
Cisco VPN and Cisco VPN concentrator. There are two, I think, devices which I remember a long time back. But for the VPN from Cisco point of view, I haven't worked it. But only thing is, from this point of view, I will check only the sessions. The established sessions are there or no. If there is no established sessions, then I will try to check from different user authentication through that to see if there is an actual issue with the VPN connectivity.
Okay. Okay. Fine, Modis. I think we are done with the interview.
All right.
I'll ask you my last question. Why do you want to join this company, or maybe why do you want to leave your parent company also?
Actually, the first reason to leave my parent company is my family, my wife especially, if I may be open on this, because my wife, she don't want to go there, and it's been quite a while I was living there without my family. This is one of the reasons. And second reason is the current environment, like current thing, the new buzz coming like COVID and Corona situation. So everybody loves to stay with their family. So this is the second reason. And the third reason is Indian market. I love to work because I work with convergence and HCL. So I find it myself improving every day. So the learning was there in Riyadh, in Saudi Arabia, because the different culture, people, different way of working. But when you work with US environment, especially Indian market has a lot of jobs for US and UK. So if you work for those people, they are more organized, they document everything properly, and they go with the protocols. So this is the second reason to